mouth and see if you don't notice something different.
Oh my gosh.
It has the texture of a grape. It's not mushy or mealy.
They're crisp.
They're crisp.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
And I just love them. I love the big ones.
Let's talk.
Yeah,
If you grow blueberries, the problem with blueberries is that there are basically three different types of varieties. You've got one that will give you and bear fruit early in the season, and then it goes away.
Yes.
There's one that grows in the middle of the year and then goes away, or you've got one that gives you fruit at the end of the season. What you've done is intertwine all three of them. This plant gives you massive numbers of blueberries all season
All
long.
season. This is custom grown by Cottage Farms, the first and only 3-in-1 Bountiful Harvest blueberry. It's an early fruiting one, mid-season fruiting one, late season fruiting one, all in the same pot. We had the grafted tomatoes, it was 2. This is 3. You got 3 different blueberries in here.
Did you folks do this for anyone else in the country?
No.
Only for QVC?
Only here, special.
And what we are getting down to again is finite quantities. At $36.12, it is brand new for the season. I got the opportunity to launch this with William.
Yes.
And it is absolutely rocked. They are the sweetest blueberries, but they're not mushy. They really have the texture of a grape.
And I'm from down south, in case you couldn't tell from my accent. And I have to tell you, we have cobbler for breakfast in Mississippi.
Of course.
So we're just gonna pretend we're back in the Magnolia State, because by the way, you think you can't grow blueberries in Mississippi? You need to get these because they'll take the heat and the cold. Are you happy now?
You did good.
Thank you.
Nice job.
Love it. But this is what they do. All season. William talked about the 3 seasons of interest out of the hydrangeas, also out of the blueberries. This is the way that they grow, in containers or in the ground. I like mine in the ground because they're beautiful. But you see how we got blueberries and flowers all at the same time? That's because you got early, mid, and late season. So it's constantly doing its thing. Each white bloom turns into a blueberry, and then in the fall, the foliage, fire engine red. It's a gorgeous, edible ornamental.
Comes back year after year after year
Year
after
after
year.
year, year after year, all over the country. Has a very tidy habit, and it's gonna produce like crazy. Most of the blueberries, you got a one-shot deal with it. They fruit, and that's awfully nice. Then the season is over. You get 3 distinct times of fruiting, and they overlap, early, mid, late season.
If you love birds, putting out a bird feeder is one thing. Having this many blueberries in your backyard is another. They communicate. The birds, the email goes out, you have birds from all over.
No, I'm not having the birds.
Huh?
No, they can stay by the bird feeder. If they get on the blueberries.
You get mad?
I'm furious. Absolutely furious.
I like it. I think it's really cool. And these blueberries are different. And this is, for most areas of the country, this will be shipping in the next few days.
And this is what I'm shipping. And you're thinking, oh, wow, is it gonna fruit this year? I talked about the blooms. You see the bloom?
Already.
That's a blueberry. It's gonna be happening for you this season. This is one of those long-lived, fruiting, flowering shrubs that is gorgeous. Put it in your perennial border. You don't have to stick it. You don't have to stick it out in the back part of the garden.
Okay.
It's absolutely gorgeous. It will hold up, and look what you're gonna have. Oh my goodness.
And by the way, the size of some of these blueberries are enormous. And you bite into them and they explode.
I've never stopped eating them. I've been eating them while Nancy was on with the hydrangeas.
We were joking. Blueberries are like the M&Ms of the Mother Nature's grocery store.
I absolutely love the blueberries, but you get them at the grocery store, you bite into them, and they're often mushy on the inside.
Yes.
I absolutely can't stand that. These are crisp, as you mentioned, like grapes.
Like a grape. The price is $36.12. That's your shipping and handling as well. And because, again, these are a multiplex blueberry, they've worked with Mother Nature. And they've done it in such a way where instead of just blueberries at the very beginning of your summer season, or blueberries just in the middle or just at the end, there's 3 different types of blueberry producing plants, they've mixed them all together. So you'll get blueberries at the beginning, in the middle, and at the end.
Yes, exactly.
You will have crates of blueberries to enjoy.
Well, and that's the trick. We talked about the grafted tomato, how you get a lot of tomatoes out of a small space.
Right.
That's the same thing with the blueberry. We're gearing toward the small garden or the economically proportioned garden. So you get a lot of fruit out of a very small area and out of a gorgeous plant. But again, the big, delicious fruit right here, crisp, tasty. They've got that bite. I want a blueberry that's got a little bite to it, but absolutely full of sugar.
Areas of the country.
Yes.
They'll grow from how far north to how far south?
They need a frost.
Okay.
So that's all they need. They don't have to have, northern Florida.
Beautiful.
Fantastic. And Maine.
You've got to try this. And you'll have blueberries, not just this season, you'll have blueberries in a matter of a few weeks.
On beautiful plants, you got muffins, you got it all going on this season. This is instant gratification. Sorry, my mouth's full of blueberries right now.
Is that why you wore a blue shirt, just in case you dribble?
I did. I dressed for it. This is the way the plant grows. You've got the blooms on here. You got the blueberries on here. Again, 3 different varieties in the same pot.
You've been doing this for years.
I have.
What I love, you're like a big kid. I do the same thing. When you see something like a delicate bud, and they're these wonderful, gorgeous little white flowers, and to watch the transformation, and to see what Mother Nature does, and then to be able to go out into the backyard and pick.
Right.
And then go in, make blueberry pancakes, blueberry
Exactly.
muffins. You're big with the cobbler. To be able to do this in your own backyard, I don't think you can be a gardener or a farmer and not have some belief in a higher power.
Well,
do you know what I mean?
I
It's
completely
amazing.
agree. And my grandmother told me, she said, you'll never be alone in your garden.
I like that.
And I've always loved that. But to show the kids where the blueberries come from, it's like showing the kid the cow. Oh, that's where the milk comes from? Who knew? But it's that kind of aha moment.
Over 1,000 of you have been on the phone lines this morning. Now, I've got a 50-50 chance. Let's screw on this up.
Okay.
A woman
Go
is
for
calling
it.
from Colorado. Her name is either Lana or Lena. I'm going to go with Lana. Am I correct?
Yes, you are.
Oh, it's going to be a good day.
Bingo!
Lana, good morning. How can we help
Good
you out?
morning.
What can we do for you today?
Well, I want these blueberries, but I want to know if I can put them in pots. And I also need to know about the hardiness through this Rocky Mountain weather.
Okay.
Yeah, they're
I'm
very...
outside of Denver, south of Denver.
Yes, and Lana, they're really good in the ground for you. I would not grow them in containers where you live. I would put them in the ground because these will get about 5 feet tall, but they're nice and tidy habit. You can see the size of this plant, and this is what yours will be the second year.
Okay.
All right.
But they
what should I do about the squirrels and the birds?
hope they don't show up.
But what can I do to protect them?
And I tell you what I do is I plant them up near the house. That's what I do. And when mine are fruiting, I have actually put slight netting around it because they absolutely will want to eat them. And I'll just tell you the truth on that.
Because we have a lot of trees in our yard. We have about, 12, 15 trees.
Right, right. But I tell you what, I just do netting, and I do that for my strawberry plants too. And when they're fruiting, and it doesn't keep any of the light out, they just keep right on going.
Okay. And what kind of fertilizer do you use?
I use the acid fertilizer,
Yes.
which is the one they would use. You would also use the acid fertilizer on, if you've got hydrangeas, they also like that too, and on azaleas and rhododendrons. So it's got multi-use, and I fertilize mine about once every 2 weeks with the acid fertilizer.
Well, we lost a lot of our flowers a couple years ago to winter, so our roses and stuff, I only have 5 left, and I used to have 22. So we've been rebuilding back with you, and hopefully we won't lose any more over the years.
Well, good. Well, I hope not too, but you're going to love these blueberries. You can have more blueberries than you can eat.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you,
guys
Lana.
have a good day.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
They will attract the birds. They will attract the squirrels. The nice thing is it's so prodigious. You get so many that there's enough to share. You could share.
These are mine.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's why I got mine over here. Very, very popular. Keep in mind again that we have limitations. These are brand new this season. When they're gone, they are gone. Coming up, we'll take a good look at our today's special value.